Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Metamistic Tarot. Metamistic here. Let's get right into it. But before we do, I want to mention this. I pre-shuffled this deck. And at the bottom, we have action and indecision. Okay, so... And underneath that is woman holding the coin and community and walking away. And financial constraints, contract, okay, journey. All right, so there's a lot here. So let's just get right into it for Cancer. For Cancer. There's some sort of action that you are wanting to take, but you're kind of in that Two of Swords, indecision. So let's look more into this for Cancer, please. For Cancer. Where there's a will, there's a way, Cancer. That's what I'm hearing. I'm also seeing imagery of somebody reaching up into the night sky and plucking a star out for themselves. Taking the star. Just take it, Cancer. Don't wait for... We saw contract in there. And I'm talking spiritually here, okay? I'm not talking about like break your contracts or whatever. You know, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about spiritually speaking. You know, we have 3 cards here. There's magician. See, this is what I was talking about taking. This thank you cards. Thank you. This is what I'm trying to say here. This is something that you're going to have to bring through. Okay? But you can, cuz indecision is still at the bottom of the deck here. 6th chakra, 3rd eye, and then all tied up. Okay. You're gonna get through this. This is the imagery. I'm gonna say it again. You reach your hand up and you pluck that star out. And sometimes that's the magician. You make something happen. When there seems to be no way. You know, if you feel exhausted, you still do it. You bring it to pass with the magician here. Rest and rejuvenation and adjacent possibilities. The magician in the mirror. Gemini also got this card. Maybe you should watch the Gemini reading. Rest and rejuvenation. This guy looks like he's meditating. And then we had over here the 6th chakra. I think you're going to see things in meditation, and that will help with the indecision. That will help to see which way to go, or a lot of the time, I find, it's not one way or the other. It's probably some sort of third option that you haven't necessarily seen yet because you're so frazzled. And that's why this rest card is here. This is kind of like the 4 of Swords. And we have adjacent possibilities. Okay, so let's get into this here. For Cancer. For Cancer. This is tough, Cancer. This is a tough energy, and it's just a tough energy in general. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's not just you. There's a lot going on right now in the energy in general. It causes this sort of funny fog, I feel, is how I would interpret the way that things feel right now in the energy. It's like... That could also be part of the indecision, where you're like, wait, shouldn't this feel better? Not necessarily. Sometimes the things that maybe even feel off, but your intuition is guiding you toward it. I would go with the intuition over like the logic. Does this make sense? All that. Because, you know, some of the things in life that make the least sense end up making the most sense once the fog clears, if that makes any sense. Moving forward. So you are moving forward past this indecision. I think you just need rest here and rejuvenation. Okay. We also have the Six of Swords. Okay, look at this. We have the Six of Swords here, which is like this. Moving forward card at the bottom of the deck. We also have the Seven of Cups, which is kind of like this adjacent possibilities card. Then we have the Ten of Cups beneath that. Okay, so whatever you're choosing here out of one of these cups, in the end, it's going to be the Ten of Cups. So trust yourself, Cancer. Trust your intuition. I'm almost begging you. We have Raven at the bottom of the deck. Multiple other readings had Raven. Virgo had Raven. Multiple readings had Raven. And this card says, wise woman, a change is coming. You are perfectly capable of making this decision for yourself. You are very wise. You will make the right decision because you just will. I don't know how else to say it. And it's not even really a decision, is it, Cancer? If you really think about it, you're already walking. Okay, so you've already left something. You're already in the boat here. So is it really a decision you're making after all? You're moving toward your happiness, Cancer. That shouldn't be a debate. You know what I'm saying? The fact that it's a debate in the first place and that you're undecided if you should walk toward what makes you happy. Cancer, I just gotta tell you, I just gotta be real with you. It's an illusion. Because the fact that you felt like this whole time you shouldn't have this, or you couldn't have this, or you whatever, that was the illusion here. And so if you're feeling like overwhelmed with all these adjacent possibilities and stuff, the reality is this was always here. This is not new information, but since you're on your journey here, you're starting to understand everything that's always been available for you. And I think that could be what's kind of causing the confusion, because you're not used to having so many possibilities set before you. And honestly, that upsets me, because that just shows me that where you came from was extremely strict and did not take your happiness into account. The fact that you are trying to decide between your happiness and whatever the hell else you were involved with is just, it's a mirage in the desert. You're so water deprived that it's like you started to see hallucinations. And whoever you were around, whatever situation you were in before, they're just like, oh, well, you know, I guess that's just Cancer. You know, they're just a little woohoo, you know, we don't know about. But they're the ones who were causing it. Or even if it was indirect, it's just a matter of like, there's an element here of you feeling like you couldn't move on. You couldn't have your own happiness. You couldn't have your own life. And that is just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Okay? It's unacceptable. And the universe is guiding you presently out of that. So don't feel like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You know exactly what to do. Don't tell me you don't know what to do. You know exactly what to do, Cancer. Go toward your 10 of Cups, period. Period. That's the answer. And you know that. And everybody knows that. You know, it's common sense. It's like, and I'm not saying that to be rude to you, Cancer. I'm trying to wake you up and show you that the place you were was a prison. And it's time to fly. Fly, birdie, fly. It's time to fly. Whale. Tenderness. Show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. And you know what? I think this is about showing compassion to yourself, forgiving yourself for staying in a place for so long that made you feel so small. Tiger. Divine timing. Good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who wait. Divine timing. You know what? I feel like you've been... No. I'm going to say no to the Tiger. I feel like you have been waiting. Rest and rejuvenation. Waiting. Divine timing. Well, what is this here? I could see that. Divine timing within the rest and rejuvenation, because this is a process. This is a process. The manifestation, the rest, and then the door is opening with the possibilities. But you're already on the move. I think that's what I was trying to say. Don't stop moving. Okay? Don't stop where you're at and then be like, oh, it's divine timing. No. The divine timing has to do with this portion here, the rest portion. Where, see, look, there's this bird in the shadow. The bird is going to keep flying. Just follow the bird. Follow the falcon. Follow the eagle, whoever that is there. It could be an ancestor. It could be a guide. Guiding you toward the sun here and out of the desert. Don't stop, but do rest. Okay. Have in your head that things are all divinely timed here, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't continue on your journey. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. And be tender with yourself with this whale card here. Show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. Let's look at this magician. Let's move these down. Let's look at this magician card for Cancer. The magician for Cancer. The 9 of Swords in the reverse. This is a great card in the reverse. Or right now, I'm seeing it as a great card in the reverse with the magician. Clearing this out is going to free up your manifestation power. Because you're using so much energy, or you were, since it's in the reverse. You were using so much energy on this that you couldn't even think. Okay, so now that it's in the reverse, we're getting somewhere. The Empress is at the bottom of the deck. You know what? I should have said what I was going to say before, and here it is. I was going to read Honeybee. All right. And now I'm going to read it because the cards are like, you should read it. Okay. Honeybee, divine feminine. You are being called on the you're being called on to rise. You're being called on to rise. With the Empress at the bottom of the deck and divine feminine. You should always say what you want to say at the time. I was going to call you Taurus. Maybe you should watch the Taurus reading. And work on what you're working on. It's your wish fulfillment, and it's going to bring finances, and it's going to bring emotional joy. Okay? With that Empress. I knew I should have mentioned the honeybee. See? Indecision. That's this energy. All right. Rest and rejuvenation for Cancer. Rest and rejuvenation for Cancer. Okay. Great. Excellent. Another great card to have in the reverse. 9 of Wands in the reverse. This is a card of being exhausted. You are at your wit's end. But in the reverse, it's showing me you're starting to get out of this zone. Why? Because you're taking time to rest. You're being tender with yourself. You're caring about yourself. You're having compassion for yourself here. And it's causing you to move out of this warrior zone and toward your possibilities here. Excellent. This is great. This is great, Cancer. Adjacent possibilities for Cancer. Adjacent possibilities. Interesting. Knight of Swords with the 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay. You're moving fast. Don't move too fast. Sometimes this can be a card of moving too fast. Don't be freaked out. Don't be scared. These doors are here for you. All right? This was set up for you. So when you get here, don't feel the need to be too fast. Okay, remember this card. Remember to take care of yourself. Like, he's pushing this horse past the limit here. When the possibilities arrive, make sure to remember to care for yourself. Don't fall back into that hole again, where you used to be, where you were overgiving, caring for people that it was more of, you were enabling them, okay? Because nobody gets here overnight. This is a long-term, I hate to say it, but almost CPTSD, long-term PTSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, CPTSD. This is something that's happened maybe even over a lifetime, okay? And now, because of the journey you're going on, things are changing, okay? And you're freeing up your energy. Instead of using all of your precious, beautiful, diamond-like energy, that's how it looks behind the veil. It's like shimmering diamonds in the sun. You're using all of that beautiful energy up on what? A bunch of bozos that could care less about your manifestations. Okay? So that's why you're getting away from that. You are going to have victory in this. There's gonna be times of deep, intuitive knowledge that is going to come to you. Okay? This card is you. So you are going to have victory. You are going to have inspiration. You are going to have wisdom upon wisdom, multiplied wisdom as you continue to walk away. It's like all those years, it was like, I'm seeing all these ropes, all these things are tied up like in a back room, almost like your dreams were gagged with, so they couldn't speak. And now all of a sudden, since you're moving away here, it's like the prisoners of war are being released. And so all of a sudden you're going to be like, wow, I'm becoming really creative all of a sudden. Wow, I feel like all my wisdom is actually working to my advantage right now. When I walked away, interesting, it seems that all these doors have opened up here. Yep. All right, let's look at moving forward. Let's look at moving forward for Cancer. Moving forward with that guidance of the it's like the Falcon of the Nine of Pentacles. See, the Nine of Pentacles, she stands on her own 2 feet. She is able to, she's very wise, strong, financially stable. This reminds me of the Nine of Pentacles with that Falcon. Follow the Falcon. Follow the Falcon. I think that's what I'm going to title this reading. Follow the Falcon. With the Moon card at the bottom of the deck again. Okay? So we have that Queen of Cups. See? Here's the Queen of Cups. It's going to be like an oasis in the desert. You're going to find your emotions, and it's going to be an oasis to you. The emotions that were caught up, tied up, and gagged in the back room are going to start flowing out. And so you're going to find that as you're walking through this desert, you're going to walk right into an oasis of your own heart, your own emotions, your own intuitive and maybe even psychic abilities with the Moon again. Okay, so let's look at this Whale card. Tenderness, compassion, forgiveness. Don't hold on to resentment. There's no point. It's time for you just to start your own life. The choice was made. The choice was made. You're going after true love now. The real love. Look, these are right on the bottom of the deck. This is walking away in 2 different elements, the swords and the cups. So you've walked away, you've checked out mentally, you've checked out emotionally. Okay, where's the indecision? The decision's been made, Cancer. You know what I'm saying? The decision's been made. Your heart and your head have agreed. All right, so follow that. Always go with that. Follow the Falcon, Cancer. Follow the Falcon. All right, Cancer, thank you for being here. Always a pleasure to read for you. Now I'm going to go over and do your extended. If you'd like to join us over on Patreon, it's $11 a month. I'm making it accessible to all. You can click the link at the top of the description. If you want to get your extendeds, I do all the signs on a weekly basis, so you can get your sun, moon, rising over there. Until next time, Cancer, take care.